Hi guys, good morning. Back again with the 31 days of tarot to do day 24 and 25. So day 24 is if you could design a 79th tarot card that everyone would use, what would it look like and what would it represent? And it took me a while to really figure out how I wanted to say this, because to me, I don't know, I took it very seriously. My 79th tarot card would be being present. And it's the idea of the present moment being the only moment that exists. It's a very hard concept, so it's hard to say that we could figure this out in a tarot card. But once you get the concept, it like changes your life. I will say, first of all, that I got the entire concept through Eckhart Tolle, through his books, The Power of Now and New Earth. Incredible books. And that when I remember to pull myself back into the present moment, what you find out is that there's no suffering. There's no reason to be suffering. This moment is all that you're worried about. So my tarot card would have melting clocks. If you know, Salvador Dali was an artist, and this is his very famous painting. It's hard, without the color, you lose a lot of it. But I don't think I would use this card exactly. But something about melting clocks, to get that time is a man-made, made-up thing, that we don't have to live by that. So I feel like this is a lesson now in present moment awareness, but it kind of is. For me, it's very important. If we could get everyone in the world to get this concept, there wouldn't be suffering anymore. It's such I don't know how to explain it. So first of all, I'll tell you, to get the concept, you first have to realize that you have two selves: your mind, your thinking ego self, and the essence of what is you, the love, the soul. And Eckhart was not the first one to come up with this. If you look up present moment quotes, there's, Buddha, there's Thich Nhat Hanh, who I love. Buddha has a ton of quotes about being present in the present moment. But Eckhart is the one that got me to have that moment of, oh, I get it, I know what it is. And this is the story he tells in the beginning of his book. Talks about he was at a very low point in his life. He was contemplating suicide because he didn't feel like he fit in with the world. He wasn't doing well financially. He didn't have love in his life. And he got to a very, very low point in his life in the middle of the night, where he suddenly went, I cannot live with myself anymore. I want to kill myself. And he says, in the book, he says, something clicked. And I realized, if I cannot live with myself, then those are two different entities. So how can I not live with myself? If I cannot live with myself, there must be two of me. The person thinking all these horrible thoughts about how horrible stuff is, and the inner person that is outside of that, looking on this person saying, I can't live with you. I don't want to live like that anymore. And he chose to become the person who can recognize that thinking ego self and say, nah, I don't want that anymore. I want, what am I doing right now? And that, for me, it just struck a chord. It suddenly went, yes, okay, that's what being in the present moment means. It means allowing yourself to look at everything around you and go, you know what, okay, but right now, am I warm? Am I happy in this moment? Is there something going on with me right this second that I need to change? Okay, if there is, then change that to make it a nice place to be. Am I worried about stuff that doesn't exist yet? That seems kind of silly. So there's another quote from him that says, are you worried? Do you have many what if thoughts? What if this could happen? What if this happens? What do I do if this happens? Then you are identified with your mind, which is projecting itself into an imaginary future situation and creating fear. There's no way you can cope with such a situation because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's a mental phantom. You can stop this health and life corroding insanity by simply acknowledging the present moment, right now. All that what ifs, what happens if, what happens when, give that up. That hasn't happened. That's something that is imaginary. What is right now? This is all we have to worry about right now. Give up defining yourself to others or to yourself. Give up defining what this is. You won't die. You'll come to life. And don't be concerned how others define you. When they define you, they're limiting themselves, and it's their problem. It has nothing to do with you. So who cares? The whole essence of Zen consists in walking along the razor's edge of now, to be so utterly, so completely present that no problem, no suffering, nothing that is not who you are in your essence can survive in you. In the now, in the absence of time, all your problems dissolve. Suffering needs time. Suffering needs time. It can't survive right now. All suffering is fear, worry about imaginary things that happen in the future, or stuff that you no longer can do anything about that's behind you. Right now is the only movement. Accept, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. As if you said, this is exactly where I need to be right now. Accept it. Whatever that is. Take that acceptance. This is what is. I'm here. I chose this. Always work with this present moment, not against it. So I know it's a big, long, hard kind of concept, but once you get it, there's something that clicks. There's a switch, and it's like somebody turned the lights on. So try to work with it. Look into this present moment awareness. Look into walking meditations. Thich Nhat Hanh is wonderful for trying to do walking meditations, so that it's not like a meditation that you have to sit and have no one around you and no sound and all that. It's meditation that you can do throughout the day as you're doing your daily things. And good luck. I think that would be my 79th tarot card, because once you get that, it really changes your whole life. Now, I have to work constantly to stay in the present moment. I tell myself 12 times a day, this is it. Oh, here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Woo-hoo. Okay, see this? I got a tattoo on my body to remind me to stay in the present moment. It says, embrace the place where life happens. Right now. This place, this time. Embrace this moment. And I got that tattoo to remind me as much as possible to live in the present moment. I have to tell myself constantly to come back into this present moment. It is not something that once you get it, that's it. Your life is wonderful, everything's great, move on. That's not how it works. I really wish it would. But I believe that if we can teach our children about present moment awareness, which Eckhart talks about too, that children are much more ready to accept this dual self, this mind-thinking, ego-centered self, and the soul, love, peace that is who you are, the essence of you. Children are much better at accepting that. And if we can teach them that when they're young, and that's how they go out into the world, we could totally change the world. Okay, so that's day 24. Today's is day 25, which is tarot or oracle. Which would you read for the rest of your life if you had to pick one, and why? This was really, really a hard question for me. I also started out with oracle because to me the tarot was a memorization thing. I had to memorize each of these 78 cards. And oracle seemed easier. There was an image, and what does that image say to you? After learning most of the tarot, though, I think that tarot is a more structured system. And because of that, I'm finding it easier and easier. I must have a tarot deck with me at all times. If I see an oracle deck that goes along with the tarot deck that I had decided to bring that day, then I will bring an oracle too. But I don't think I have to have an oracle deck every day like I have to have a tarot deck. So I guess my answer would be tarot. And I think because it is every situation in a structured environment that can answer every question. And oracle sometimes forgets, it doesn't have everything in each deck. Each oracle deck is different, and I have found many wonderful oracle decks. But I think the tarot itself, because it has survived for all these years as a structured system, it's survived that because it is able to answer every question. Every question. So I choose tarot. But it is a very hard choice because I love my oracle decks too. I adore my oracle decks. But I could probably live without them, but not without tarot. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I don't know if you noticed, but I did not do the wand study yet again. I didn't want to go into which day are we doing it and stuff, so I'm just going to bring it back to Saturday. We will do the 4 of Wands study on Saturday as a live chat, and I'll continue to do it Saturdays. It just, to be honest with you, actually, I started falling asleep yesterday when I got home at 4 o'clock. It's been a really long couple weeks for some reason, but that aside, so join me Saturday, 8 or 8:30. I can't remember what we started saying. Probably 8, I believe, but I'll put it up there as this is coming up. So blessings. Have a great day.